this Saturday the 4th. Hope you're doing well today and hope you're ready to continue going over some geometry now. First of all, believe it or not, you'll have no quizzes on Monday nor tests on Monday, okay? So no quiz or test on Monday. The reason being is that the lessons we're going to look at from Chapter 7 today really just don't have a lot of notes or fill in the blanks, so sorry for yawning. There's just no need for a test or a quiz, okay? You don't owe me anything. Everything is turned in. I apologize if I overlooked anything in the past that your dad sent me, so if I did, I apologize, but you're all caught up now and you're good, so good job there. Incompletes. You have no incompletes. Today we're going to take a test, Hope, your Chapter 6 test. We're going to take notes, and we're going to work on 2 homework assignments. So, first of all, I want you to take your test, okay? Now, actually, if you take your test last, I don't care. I'm just trying to give you my recommended order of events. First, take your Chapter 6 test. Next, watch this video that's from lesson 7.1, so we're starting Chapter 7 now, okay? It's about 15 minutes long. Then we're going to work on that assignment. Notice the help video is Geometry Track 1, lesson 7.1 homework, about 20 minutes long, okay? Now, there is no instructional video. There is no teaching video for lesson 7.2. Hope, I'm a teacher that believes very strongly in students. I'm not taking notes if the necessity is not there. I don't just want to teach just to say I'm teaching, okay? Believe me, when you do your homework from lesson 7.2, you will see there's no need for any notes. Now, having said that, that does not mean that you won't have any problems on any of your problems. In fact, you probably will have some questions, but once you use the help video to help you, you'll be totally fine. And by the way, I'm not being lazy. That's the exact way I taught the Track 1 class for the past 2 years. I have never given them notes for lesson 7.2, so we're going to take your test. Then watch this teaching video right here from lesson 7.1. Then do 7.1 homework. Then do 7.2 homework. That's 3 days material right there. Okay, 3 days material. Let me know if you're going to miss any upcoming days. Please always try to give me a heads up on that, okay, so I can plan. And now let's talk about your quiz from yesterday, okay? You did a really good job. You got a 100, okay? I have no problem giving you credit for words that are not the exact word I was looking for, as long as it means the same thing. Now, in these 3 blanks, 1, 2, 3, you were supposed to put the word parallelogram, okay? Now, a quadrilateral is not the same thing as a parallelogram. You know that. A quadrilateral is any 4-sided polygon, but a parallelogram, of course, has both sets of opposite sides parallel. So why did I give you credit? Because a rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 congruent angles. However, if you have a quadrilateral, Hope, with 4 congruent angles, that means all the angles have to be 90 degrees, so you will have a rectangle. If you have a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides, that's going to be a rhombus, whether it's a parallelogram or not. If you have a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides and 4 congruent angles, that will be a square, whether you say parallelogram or not. So the question then is, why does the book and why do teachers teach this with the word parallelogram right here? Well, first of all, like I said, I give you credit for this. You got a 100 on your quiz. But I wanted to go over this because it's very important that you understand that a rectangle, a rhombus, and a square are also parallelograms, all 3, and that's why teachers feel like it's important to put this word right here in the blank. Now again, this is a true statement. It's a great definition. I have no problem with it, but don't ever forget that these 3 items right here, rectangle, rhombus, and square, they are all parallelograms, always, okay? Thus, they have the characteristics of a parallelogram, okay? But anyways, a 100 on your quiz, so a very good job there. Let's go over today's test, okay? So go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Make sure you have a copy of the test in front of you, and let's go over the test. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, now notice it starts with the number 20, okay? The rest of the test looks like this, a bunch of fill in the blanks. I'm not giving those to you, I'm giving those to you in quizzes to make it a little easier for you, okay? And don't worry, I will grade your test fairly, okay? I know there's not a lot of problems, and if there's not a lot of problems, there's a lot more points off for each mistake, but I will grade fairly on that, okay? Okay, number 20. of each angle, you have a quadrilateral here, so find the measure, not each angle. Find the measure of angle A. Number 21, find the value of x. Okay, so quadrilateral, find the value of x. I've given you either a number or an algebraic expression for each angle. Now, number 22, this is a parallelogram. I should have noted that, and I didn't. This is a parallelogram, so make note of that on your test, please. This is a parallelogram. All right. Number 23, find the length. It says side. That should not say side. It should say just segment. Find the length of segment LP. Here's L. Here's P. Find the length of segment LP. 24. Find the values of x and y. So look this over, and work hard on that, okay? Find the values of x and y. 25. Find the value of x. Okay? Find the value of x. Notice you've got your congruent symbols here. All four sides are congruent. Here you've got your parallel symbols and your parallel symbols, okay? 26 is a rhombus. I did not state that, but it's a rhombus, so please make note of that on your test. 26 is a rhombus. 27, find the values of x and y. 28, find the perimeter of the square. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. Okay. Now, on the review sheet, I told you to be able to prove. I didn't tell you this, but I told you to know all the theorems I had told you you're responsible for. Make sure you know those. Pick one that you feel confident about and prove it in this space right here below, okay? Be sure to do the following things. Hope, be sure and tell me which theorem you're going to prove. 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, or 6-6. You're going to pick one. Don't forget to list out your given, then list out your proof part, then draw a figure, and then do the proof, okay? Now, Mr. Earhart, what is theorem 6-3 and 6-6? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's right here. Just to refresh your memory, and you can pause the video after I go over each one. 6-3 is if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its consecutive angles are supplementary. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its diagonals bisect each other. So one of these four theorems. Okay, let me go over it again. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its consecutive angles are supplementary. And if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its diagonals bisect each other. So pick one of those and prove it in the space provided right here. Okay, and that is your test. Alright, continuing on. That's it. That's all for today. Hope please get to work on your notes and homework. Remember to take your task. Your parents, of course, have got to give it to you. Put it in an envelope. Now, whenever you take it over to the school, don't forget to email me, because I'm not going to make a special trip over there unless I know the test is there. So, whenever you drop it off at the school, you don't have to do it, the very next day. But the sooner you get it turned in,